Let's go, Pittsburgh. This is a Trump rally. Ready to have fun? I'm Congressman John Joyce. I proudly represent Pennsylvania's 13th Congressional District, Johnstown, Altoona, Chambersburg, Gettysburg, and we are going to join with Pittsburgh to welcome Donald J. Trump. Yeah, it's time to roll up our sleeves and get to work. In less than 24 hours, we are going to re-elect Donald J. Trump to be our President of the United States. Boy, it's great to be here. Usually I'm here with my son Dan watching a hockey game, but it's great as I look out and I see many patients. I see farmers. I see factory workers. I see nurses. I see doctors. I see the great people of southwestern Pennsylvania. But you know what I don't see? I don't see any garbage. I see patriots. I see proud patriots, patriots who support Donald J. Trump. I want to acknowledge the law enforcement who are here to protect each and every one of us. Would you please stand and allow us to thank you for your support? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I would like to acknowledge the United States veterans who have served to keep this great country safe. Please, veterans, stand. Let us acknowledge you. Thank you. Thank you. This past weekend, we turned back the clocks 1 hour, and tomorrow we have the opportunity to turn back the clock 4 years. Turn back the clock to a country that is safe and secure. Turn back the clock to a president who wants to defend our southern border, who understands the opening of the southern border and how that has allowed crime to pour into our country, how that has allowed fentanyl to cross our southern border at free will through the cartels, to poison our children, our neighbors, our family. It is time to re-elect Donald J. Trump to make this sovereign country once again secure. In Pittsburgh and around Pittsburgh, we stand on mass supplies of energy. Recently, I talked to Toby, and Toby Rice from EQT talked to me. Yeah, let's talk about the Marcellus Shale industry and support how important it is to unleash that energy that is under the feet of Pennsylvanians, to unleash that energy and return us to energy dominance, to supply our friends and neighbors with that energy, not just here in the United States, but throughout the world. Let's just look at what Kamala Harris has not accomplished. She has been incredibly unsuccessful as the borders are. She says she doesn't think of one thing that she can change of what has occurred under the Biden administration. Well, what we can change is we can change her presence in the White House, and we can elect Donald J. Trump as the next President of the United States. America, we're at a turning point, and that turning point is clear to each and every one of us here tonight at PPG Paint. We understand the importance of having a country that is free. We understand a president who wants to support our Constitution and support all our free speech, to support our Second Amendment rights, to support who we are as Americans, and not to disparage us. We were called individuals who hug our guns and Bibles. We were called garbage. But who we are American citizens. We are proud American citizens. And once again, we will be respected by the President of the United States. So tomorrow, for those who have already voted, I thank you. For those who haven't voted, cast that vote. Allow us to return to the freedoms that we had under Donald J. Trump. And there's a second very important position on that ballot, and that is for U.S. Senator. And we have the opportunity to send Dave McCormick to Washington to be our senator. Dave McCormick, the captain of the West Point's wrestling team. Dave McCormick, a successful businessman. Dave McCormick, a proud American. Dave McCormick, who will work. Donald J. Trump's going to be our quarterback, but we need Dave McCormick to be that flanker. We need that protection in the U.S. Senate. We have not had that with Bob Casey. We do not have that with Fetterman, but we will have that with Dave. And Dave McCormick will be our successful U.S. Senator. We look forward to doing that. So as I said, we are at a critical junction right now, and each and every one of us here understand how important that is. So if you have voted, take that opportunity and go to one of your neighbors, go to one of your friends, allow them, take them to the polling place, watch their kids, allow them to vote, change the course of history. We are going to do that, and Pittsburgh is going to be the proud component of that. I thank each and every one of you for being here today. Again, roll up your sleeves and work. God bless each and every one of you, and may God continue to bless these great United States of America. Thank you, Pittsburgh.
Hello, Pennsylvania. Are we going to win this election? Oh, you bet. With that kind of energy, we're going to crush this election. Good evening, everybody. I'm Congressman G.T. Thompson. I have the privilege of serving as the Dean of the Pennsylvania Congressional Delegation. I got one question for you. It's probably the most important question of the night. Are you ready to elect Donald J. Trump, the 47th President of the United States? You bet. Fight, fight, fight. Well, let's do a little stroll down memory lane. You remember when gas was under $2 a gallon? You remember when you could afford to buy every item on your grocery list? When determining boys from girls was solely based on biology? When Iran, Russia, and Hamas were not threatening the world with war? And when we respected and supported all of our men and women of law enforcement? Well, the common thread there is that was when President Donald J. Trump was the 45th President of the United States. And it's been a long 4 years since he wasn't. Today, our families suffer under the failed leadership of Harris. Let's face it, Kamala Harris broke it, and Trump will fix it. You know, for America to succeed, America must be strong, and Pennsylvania must be strong. And that's not going to happen if Kamala Harris gets another 4 years. It's time to turn the page and close this nightmare book. Let's send her back to San Francisco. Now, how many of you remember Rice-A-Roni? Quite a few. Well, I can honestly say Kamala Harris is no San Francisco treat. All right? You know, since Harris took office, you have spent nearly $25,000 more thanks to her inflation. And this is a tax that, quite frankly, you cannot afford. We cannot afford to go back to those job-killing policies of harmful Harris. A vote for Harris is a vote to end opportunity. Now, President Trump has always stood with our Pennsylvania families. His policies have meant more money in your pockets and more Pennsylvania jobs. And a strong economy needs a strong workforce. In 2018, I was proud to stand in the Oval Office with President Trump. Now, I'm in Center County. I'm from a town, the metropolis of Howard, Pennsylvania. 600 people and one red light. And yeah, it's a great place. It's home, born and raised. But to be able to have the privilege of standing in the Oval Office with President Trump as he signed into legislation my bill modernizing career and technical education, restoring rungs and a ladder of opportunity. You know, as the first Pennsylvania member of Congress in 170 years to chair the U.S. House Agriculture Committee, I also want to take an opportunity to do a shout out and to thank all of our farmers. A big hand for those who provide us all that we need. These are hardworking folks. They make up our #1 industry in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and they're critical to our economy. These hardworking Pennsylvania farm families provide us with food and fiber and fuel that we depend on each and every day. But our farmers under Harris are struggling with a farm crisis that's creating food insecurity for you and national insecurity for our nation. I have to tell you, having worked closely with the man, President Trump has always had the farmers' back, lowering their costs, reducing their regulatory burdens, and expanding their markets. As Ag Chairman, I look forward to once again working with the farmer's friend, Donald J. Trump, to make agriculture great again. I know, I've seen it personally. President Trump cares about your future. He cares about your family. He cares and loves this nation. And that's why he's willing to serve and sacrifice to run again, to be the leader of this nation, to really save this nation from the challenges, the difficulties, and demise under the Harris administration. So I also want to say, I want to thank everyone here for your efforts on voter registration. Just amazing. You know, since President Trump was elected in 2016, Pennsylvania now has 226,000 fewer Democrats than what it did, and over 400,000 registered more Republicans. That is how we make this election too big to rig. Now I want to do a shout out to just a couple people that are American patriots or running. They're running in this area. A big shout out to State Representative Rob McCurry, who's running for Congress in PA 17. And James Hayes, who's running in PA 12 for Congress. So Pennsylvania, stand united to be Pennsylvania strong and Pennsylvania proud, and stand united to elect Donald J. Trump, the 47th President of the United States. God bless.
Thank you. Great honor. Thank you.